to Windy Hill Crochet. Today we are going to take you on a tour of the Herrschners yarn store in Stevens Point, Wisconsin.
I was so excited that my husband and I were able to visit there this last month, and Chelsea's actually going to go there this weekend. And so she has a little premiere of what she's going to get to look at. So we're going to just show you some of the highlight footage of our yarn tour. And it was a very cloudy day, the day that we were up there, and it was really fun to see everything that's in their catalog in this store. So the one thing I don't like about tours is that they make you dizzy, so I try not to pan too much, but you can see from our first shot that, oh my gosh, there is so much yarn. There is an entire 2-row corner full of just the red heart yarn. And then as we move over into some other rows, there were some brand new yarns that I had never even seen before, and there are projects and samples made up all over the place. And I was texting Chelsea the whole time. I'm like, do we need any of this? Do we need any of that? And off here on this shot right there, you're gonna see this cover story, Dreamland. I'm gonna come back to it and give a good detailed look at that yarn. I'd never seen that yarn before.
It's brand new.
Yeah.
Just came out this year.
It is super thick. It's such cool yarn, and they had it made up as a cowl. I would use it for plush amigurumi toys. So
I think the cover story name is just playing off of blankets being covers.
Okay, interesting. So there was a lot of Premier yarns. Everything you could want from the Premier website was located in this store. Now, I'm gonna have to probably stop at this Herrschners Celebrate Sparkle worsted weight yarn, because that's where I kind of got hung up. I'm gonna pause here quick so we can talk about that. Chelsea's been working on that.
Yeah, the Phoenix blanket.
Compodium?
Yeah, something like that. Compendum. And I use a self-striping yarn kind of like this. It's got longer stripes, I think.
Right.
But this yarn, I think, would be really cool in that blanket also.
Yeah. And they had a couple of colorways that I thought were so pretty, and they were sparkle yarns, which was always Chelsea's.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for sparkle.
Yeah. So I did pass on buying those because we have so many plushies we have to make for our Cheese Days market coming up. And I didn't think I would even get to work on anything with that sparkle yarn this year. So I did pass on that, unless, there's like a big sale or something, then I might buy my favorite colors. So, but I know we talked about that yarn, and then this Premier Sweet Roll Vivid yarn. Those colors were
are amazing.
Stunning.
Premier's done a lot of neons lately, which is really fun to see because it's not very common.
Right. I thought that was another thing I was very tempted to buy, were these vivid rolls. And then I do have to just say the Herrschner Baby Velvet yarn it's kind of like the Premier just chenille. It's like the same size, but I felt like it was such a stable yarn that I actually got, and I'm gonna have to pause right here because I just want to say I bought pink and black of that Herrschner yarn to work on amigurumi face features. So that's what I plan to do with it. It's a little too thin of a yarn for me to want to make plushies with.
Yeah, it's a number 4. It's a true 4.
It's too small for me. I don't want to make teeny weeny little things like that.
Yeah.
But it is a very stable yarn, which I really, really liked. And the one comment I made to you was that the Herrschner brands, their yarns are really nice. And when they put the Herrschner brand right next to another name brand, the price was always so much less. So if you want to work with plush yarns, definitely check out the Herrschner lines because they are much less than their competitors. Really like that. So then we move on to yarn kits. And I bought one yarn kit so far, and I I think we had 2 yarn kits in our Mother's Day wish list, the Amazon wish list that we did earlier this spring. And there was some criticism in the comments on people who like to pick their own yarn. But I just have to say that the Herrschners does an amazing job of putting together very beautiful kits. And some of the kits have the same pattern but different colorways. So let's just roll through this part of the footage here because they have patterns they come with the kit, but they don't sell their patterns without the kit, which I know they've been criticized for, but the employee that I worked with said that they don't make any money selling patterns. So that's why they put them all up as kits. I bought this shawl kit because I just thought it was really beautiful. And then I loved this Paragon Afghan. They had it in 2 different colorways and it's so stunning. Yeah. I would love to make that Afghan. And then down in the corner, way down, there is this beautiful flower shop. Oh my gosh, this is like it's my favorite too. I absolutely want that kit. The colors are just stunning. And this Harvest Hues, I loved the stitch pattern in this Afghan. It just kind of looks lacy, but it's very simple stitching. But I don't know what it is about it. I love that. And then this Stitch Symphony is like a sampler, and it uses a speckles yarn, which I always think that those are so cool, but I never really know exactly what to do with them. And you can see here in that teal that it's speckled, and it just adds such an interesting dimension. And then this also is a Herrschner's yarn, and it was so stunning. Again, if I had something I needed to make, like a baby blanket, I would definitely use that Sweet Swirls, and that is a Herrschner's yarn, and it's just beautiful.
It's so pretty. What a fun blanket.
They have different colorways, but this one just really stood out. I loved those colors. They were so bright. There must be a trend. And then here's the Herrschner's Cheerful Fleece Multis, and I have 3 different colorways in that already, and I had 2, and I bought 1 other colorway, and I've been using that in my plushies too. And it says it's a size 5, but it really works up like a basic chenille, Premier Basic Chenille. This is their Amigurumi little spot. They had a lot of kits, lots of books. And you know, they have some plushies made up, but most of the kits are more for worsted weight yarn. And they had a ginormous area of pattern books, just so cool.
It's like a library.
I know. I love pattern. I love the books because you get so much value out of it. I mean, it's really awesome, like shopping on Etsy where you can get one really cool pattern, but like the Mama Made Minis Knotted Lubbies book, you get 16 patterns in that one book.
Right, for the price of maybe two or three from their website.
Exactly. So now we're gonna show you, I walked out of there with one little bag, right?
I can't believe it was only one bag.
I know, it was one little bag. So I bought this yarn kit. It was $22.99, and it came with the beautiful shawl pattern. I really love the pattern, and I was gonna buy the pattern and the yarn, and then she's like, oh, it only comes as a kit. I'm like, perfect. And again, this pattern is made using Herrschner Supreme worsted yarn. It's so soft.
Yeah, it's an anti-pill acrylic.
It is. I can't wait to make it. The drape was just beautiful.
It's so soft and cuddly.
So I did buy this kit, and like I said, there are a couple other kits I really, really want. I bought the pink, and my wrapper fell off on this one. The pink and the black on the Herrschner brand Simply Velvet yarn for doing detailed features in our amigurumi, like little noses and eyes. I also bought a black Parfait Chunky, Premier Parfait Chunky, and the yellow for making bumblebees for our, and then this one, I also bought Village Yarn Craft Cotton. And I bought these for making some dishcloths. And I haven't made dishcloths in a long, long time. And I know that you're supposed to use a certain kind of cotton, but if I have to research that a little bit more. If you're a dishcloth maker, I'm sure you might like is it the cream?
Peaches and
cream. And then there's another Lily.
Yeah, that's what I think. It's by Lily's. Peaches and cream is Lily.
The price on these was like amazing, like $2 or something, $1.99. They were on sale and a great price. So I had bought this more golden color and a green color because I thought that those are pretty with a pink. Because I have, I think, a free pattern that's a flower.
Okay.
For a dishcloth. That looks really cute. I wanted to make some of those. And then black. And so also some of these will be features in Amigurumi on faces, black and white. You can't ever go wrong having these colors on hand. So, are you proud of me?
Oh yeah.
She's like, Mom, I never would have come out of there with one bag of yarn.
I'm kind of dreading going there with my whole family in tow because they're gonna judge me.
Yeah, and I only had my husband, which he found a table and he could just sit, and I think he watched a movie or something while I was shopping, but he was very patient with me, so I was really excited. I know I was over in there an hour and 15 hours.
I was just trying to gauge when I can go because we're going up there for my son's baseball game. I'm like, I gotta figure out a little window of time that I can go there.
Right.
Maybe by myself.
Right. And I think the thing is, now that you've seen a lot of the things that I've shown you, you can go with a list.
Yeah, I've got a plan.
Right. So we hope you enjoyed our little Herrschners highlights tour. And subscribe to the channel so you can see more adventures of what we're up to.